And we're going to start at the top of our mat with a few roll downs. So just bring your feet below your hips. Loop the shoulders up to the ears and then down the back. Take a big inhale. And then nod the chin to the chest. Start to peel the nose down towards the sternum, rolling all the way down. Our knees are buoyant, and we're just letting the weight of the head stretch the neck and upper back, mid back, and maybe lower back. Inhale here at the bottom. Exhale, pull the tummy in and start to peel the spine all the way up above the hips. Head is the very last thing to come up. Inhale. Exhale, rolling down. Good. Inhaling here at the bottom, and then exhale, pull the tummy in and start to rebuild that spine all the way up. And we go again, chin to chest, rolling down. We're going to pause here for a second. I want you to just bring some awareness to the toes. Make sure you're not gripping the mat with them. Keep them nice and relaxed. Knees are soft. And then we're going to take an elbow in each hand and then just gently sway side to side, releasing the upper back, keeping the neck free of tension so that head's heavy too. And we sway a couple more times. And then pause here in the center. Let the arms drop to the floor. A big breath in. And then exhale. Peel that spine all the way up. This time, let the arms reach out to the side. Take a big stretch, reaching to the corners of the room. Take the left hand on the right wrist. And then peel that arm over to the left, just stretching through the right shoulder. Big breath in, exhale. Come back to center. Take the other hand in with the other wrist in the other hand, and then we come over to the other side. Big stretch over. Good. All the way back to center, and then let the arms come down by your side. We're going to reach the arms forward, kind of shoulder height, maybe a little higher, and then keeping the weight in our heels, we're going to slide back. So kind of coming into a squat here, but I want you to make sure you have a nice neutral spine. So no sticking the tailbone up, keep it down, but also don't tuck. Okay, so strong back, solid spine, and then really focus the weight in the heels as you press back up. So you should feel that in the glutes. And then inhale, we come down again. Good. And then exhale, we lift up. Coming down, inhale. Exhale, we lift up. Inhale down. Exhale, lift up. Now you can take the arms higher if you want. Inhale up. So you kind of biceps by the ears. Exhale up. And down. Keeping the weight in the back body. And up. Let's get a rhythm going. We go down. Exhale up. Down. Exhale up. Going for 5, 4, 3. Watch that spine. And 1, hold it there. And then I want you to, this is nasty, we're going to lift up onto the toes, up, heels come down. Now if this is too much anywhere, or you feel like your spine is compromised, you're just going to stay in that squat and hold. Lift up and down, lift up and down. We'll do a few more till it really starts to burn. Make sure those ankles are staying in line and not kind of coming out to the side. Ditto with the knees. 4, drop the seat lower. 3, 2, 1. Stay on the toes. Press through the toes to lift up. Now the arms can fall down by the hips. Good. We're going to keep our heels lifted. If this is too much, just bring the heels down. Coming all the way down. Sending the hips back. Arms come up. Really fighting to keep those knees in line. We'll do a few slow just to get a nice position, nice alignment. Sliding down. Energy through the inner thighs. Support those knees. Exhale, we lift up. Trying to keep the heel height consistent. What's going on in this one? Anyone else shaking? Down. And up. Now, With the arms coming up by the ears, whoo, I want you to make sure that you're not hunching the shoulders up towards the ears, so keep lots of space there. And now I think I've given all the cues I can. Let's do a few quicker. So we come down and up. Stay slow if you need. Down and up. Down and up. Down and up. 4. This is why I suggested you might not want to be on your squishy mat. 2, 1. Hold it there. Good. And we're going to lower the heels and lift. Heels and lift. Heels and lift. So I want you to bring some awareness to the core now. Make sure it's nice and engaged, keeping you balanced. And these, like I said, are mean. So let's go ahead and do 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Lift all the way up without falling. Good. Peel those heels together. And you can choose here if you want to keep the heels down or lifted. If you choose lifted, really squeeze those heels, squeeze the glutes, and get that sensation wrapping through the thighs. Tummy's engaged. Arms come out, and we slide down and up. Good. I'm going to have to come off my mat. Sliding down and up. Good. Now staying in more of a upright position with the back, but still in a nice neutral spine. So don't stick out that butt. And don't tuck it under either. 3. Good, everybody. 2 and 1. Hold it here. Give me some pulses or stay slow if you need. Pulse. 2, 3. I want you to really feel this in the glutes, not just the quads. The quads will come along for the ride anyway. 2, 1. Lift all the way up and then lower down. Nice work. We're going to come into a wide squat. So imagine you have your foot bar underneath you. You're basically foot bar width. Do whatever you want with your hands, hips, out here, pick your poison. And we're going to bend down, making sure those knees come over the second big toe, so really opening through the hips. And then press up, squeeze at the top. Take it down, press and squeeze at the top. Good. 3, 2, optional pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Can you come lower? Hold it there. Bring one leg up. In fact, let's all bring the right heel up. We're going to do kind of focus all of our weight into the left side. So lift up, full range, and down. Lift up and down. Good. Lifting up and lower. Check what's going on in your upper body, your spine. Are your shoulders out of your ears? Is your core engaged? Ribs pulled in. 2 and 1. Lift that heel up. Lower the other one down. On the right side now, you come down. So just that left toe can stay on the floor for balance, but really focus all the weight into that right heel. And 1. Hold it down. Okay. Stay in singles, or we're just going to do kind of a last minute burn. So I want you to bring the right heel up, the left heel down, the right heel down, the right heel up. Left heel, right heel, left heel, left heel, right heel, left heel. If this is confusing, just move. All good. I'm getting confused in my own. And down. Okay, now we're just going to alternate. So my right heel's lifted. I'm going to switch to left. Left, right, left, right. Once you get your rhythm, see if you can drop the seat a little lower. Hi, puppy. Dex, do you have a friend? 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. That was a nice distraction, Kristen. And last one, both heels come down, squeeze the glutes, lift all the way up. Good. Heel toe those feet back to center. Let's just treat ourselves to a roll down. So just nod the chin to the chest. rolling all the way down. Inhale. And then exhale. Peel the spine all the way up. Good. Shake it out a little. Coming back to the top of your mat if you've traveled. I guess we're coming into the next exercise in a roll down too, so nod the chin to the chest. And this time you're going to start to walk the hands out and find a plank for me. Side plank. So take a second to make sure the hands are right below the shoulders. You're pushing the mat away. Slight tuck of the pelvis underneath. And holding for 3, for 2, for 1. We're going to lift that right leg up, kind of like a single leg downward dog. Or you can just do downward dog if this is too much. And then you're going to pull that right leg between the wrists. Send it up and back. Bring it through. Up and back. Bring it through. We'll do 3 more. 3. Make sure those hips stay square here. Good. And we've got 1 more. Lifting up, and this time we're going to sweep it all the way through into a lunge. Just scooch that heel up if you didn't quite make it. And then you're going to lift, pressing through that right heel all the way up into kind of a long lunge position. So take a second, make sure you're happy with where your body's at. Hips are square, our knees stacked right above our left heel. And then from here, I just want you to come a little lower, heading for, it doesn't have to come all the way down, but maybe you can tap the left knee and then you lift up. Good, coming down and up. The weight is mainly in the right heel. So if you need to pitch your body forward slightly to find that, go ahead and do it. Good, everybody. 3. So you're just dropping those hips, that pelvis straight between the legs. And holding this one here. I don't want to do this. Let's do some pulses. We go for 10, for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Reach forward, bring your fingertips to the mat, and then release that knee all the way down. We're going to take a little stretch before we move on to the other side. So once you're there, lift all the way back up. Lift the chest, press the hips forward, and feel that left hip flexor stretch. So I don't want to dump all the way down and kind of dump into your lower back. Stay lifted and engaged, but just press the hips forward, the pelvis forward, and maybe tuck that tailbone underneath you a little. Big breath in. And then if you want here, you can reach that left arm over that right knee. Maybe bring the fingertips to the floor if you have longer arms than me. Or just, you could even bring your elbow to your knee. That feels quite good. And then relax all the way back forward. Then you're going to sit the hips back, reaching that right leg forward, tailbone sticks up, back flattens as much as possible. And I'm sure we're all feeling that nice stretch in our hamstring here. And we'll hold this for 3. Mainly so I can catch my breath and carry on talking. Good. And then roll forwards through the foot, bring the fingertips down. You're going to tuck the left toe and bring that right leg back into the plank. Good. Let's send it up into a normal kind of up stretch or downward dog and just pedal out the feet here. Just giving ourselves a nice break. Pedal, pedal. Good, and we'll do 1 more each side. Really lengthening the tailbone up to the sky and drawing the heel all the way down to the floor. Get as much space as you can in the back body. Good. All right, it's time. I'm going to lift our left leg up behind us. Good. And then pull it between the hands. Send it up. Exhale, pull in. I guess the breathing pattern would be inhale, reach. Exhale, pull forward. 3, 2, 1. This time you remember, we're going to bring that heel all the way between the hands. And just once we get there, then we'll worry about where it landed. So lift yourself up and make sure that knee is stacked right above the ankle. Hands come onto the hips, Sternum is lifted, space in the shoulders, belly engaged. Make sure those hips are square. Then you're just gonna let that right knee come down. Maybe it taps the mat, maybe it doesn't. Press back up. Trying to keep the weight in the left heel this time. If you're right dominant, as most of us are, maybe that right side is gonna come and try and take over here. Don't let it. And we'll do 3 more. Stay here, or option to do some pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep that weight in the left body. I just saw my right quad trying to cheat me. Hold it there. Bring the fingertips all the way down. Bring that right knee down and tuck that right toe. Or you can keep it tucked if you feel more stable. Good. We're going to lift up, square off the hips, lift the chest, and just press the hips forward. Stretching that right hip flexor, maybe tucking our tailbone under. And also, take a look at that left hip crease. It might be all the way forward. Pull it back so those hips are really square. Good. Maybe drop it down too. That left hip might hike up. Good. And then option here to sweep that right hand overhead, stretching through the right side body. Good. And then bring that arm back. Send the hips back. Straighten the left leg. Square off the hips. Reach the chest forward. Keep that spine as flat as you can, flexing those toes back towards the face. Got a nice stretch in the left hamstring. Good, and then gently with the body, just take that leg, out of the stretch, and then carefully come to a sitting position. I think we got the lower body. Let's come all the way forward into a nice sitting position here. Grabbing behind the thighs and using the thighs to let the spine grow nice and tall, opening the shoulders wide, and then exhale, just peel back, flow away, just folding the pelvis underneath you, and then lift the spine, inhale, grow taller without hunching the shoulders. 2 more. Just taking a little break here. Last one, exhale. And lift. Release the arms forward. We're going to go back down all the way this time, but I want you to feel every vertebrae make contact with the mat separately. You keep going. I have to take my notebook with me. Good. Reach the arms and legs in opposite directions. Take a full body stretch here, fingertips to one wall, toes to the other. You can lift that lower back up. Whatever feels good here is right. And then once you've taken your stretch, let the body settle down, nice neutral spine, palms are going to face each other, legs are going to squeeze together. On your next inhale, we're going to reach the fingertips overhead, the head, neck, and chest follow. Exhale into your roll up. Nice, everybody. And coming all the way back down, folding that pelvis underneath you, get that deep, deep flexion in the lumbar spine, and then reach the arms up all the way overhead. Big breath in. Arms come back over. Exhale. Come in. Keep that C curve at the top, so don't be tempted to come into a flat back at the top. Stay in that energized C curve. We're rolling back down. We'll do a few more here. Inhale. Come on, exhale. Lowering down. Good. And one more. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Good. And this time you can fold the body over. Take that stretch, grabbing the backs of the feet. Good. And then roll that spine all the way back up. Let's take those legs hip distance apart. Stack that spine up tall. Shoulders sliding down the back. Inhale. Exhale. Peel away from the imaginary wall. Stretching the spine. Sending the arms through the feet. Inhale here at the bottom. Exhale, restack that spine, using those abdominals to support the movement. And we peel away again. Exhale. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale. Peel back up. Get that sensation of reaching the fingertips away for the wall in front of you rather than letting the arms be spaghetti-esque. Exhale. We peel down. So fingertips reach for the wall in front of us and we peel back in the spine. So you get a little traction. You create your own traction here. One more. Inhale, exhale, peel away. Inhale, exhale. Peeling, restacking, good. Sweep those arms behind you. Fingertips are going to face the bottom or they can come out to the side if the wrist feels sensitive in this. And we need to bend one leg and then the other. We're going to call this back support prep and we can find a full back support if this feels good. So I'm going to loop the shoulders up and then down the back and then lift the hips up. Good, so when you get there, most of us are going to be feeling a big stretch through our chest and shoulders. I also want you to find a sensation of the back body supporting the front body. And then you're going to just drop the hips down, take a little break. Exhale, press back up. Good, take it down. Exhale, press back up. Try and keep the head in line with the spine here. I know it can kind of feel like we don't know what to do with our head in this one. 3 more. Now for the last 2, if you want, you can extend the legs long and get that same sensation of the back body supporting the front and then the bottom just kissing the mat and reaching up and lower. Good. Did I do an extra? Sorry. Come all the way down and shake out those wrists. Good. We're going to sweep forwards again. Grab a hold of the thighs again and then rock back onto that tailbone. Good. Then lift the shins so they're parallel with the mat. Good. And I can see my upper back is rounding a bit too much, so I'm going to just peel those shoulders down the back. Now you can stay here holding onto the thighs, or you can reach the arms away. Good, everyone. You're holding for 3, and for 2, and for 1. Now stay here if you need to. If you want more, you're just going to articulate the spine down, bone by bone, until you get to the shoulders. Take a breath in here. Exhale, really squeeze those knees together as you lift yourself back up. Try and keep the legs right where they are, parallel to the floor. Let's do that a few more times. Inhale, we roll down. Control. Exhale. Ooh, come on, all the way back up. And down. And lifting up. Okay. I swear this is harder than teaser. 1 more. Coming down. Breath in. Exhale. Squeeze and lift and hold it there. You can take the hands to the thighs if you need. If not, bring the arms out. We have an extra variation here. We're going to do toe taps. So the right leg comes down and back to center. If this is too much, you could also sweep the hands behind you for a little support. Choose where you want to be. Make sure that's coming from the hip, not the knee, just tapping. You want that weight of the leg challenging the abdominal wall. And 3, 3. Pay attention to what's happening with the shoulders. Last one each side. Good. Bring it all the way in. Grab a hold of the shins. Good, everyone, that was challenging. And let's treat ourselves to a little bull rolling. So find a nice tight ball position. Lots of flexion in the lumbar spine so we don't get clunky. And we're just going to roll back. And then find our balance at the top, trying not to use momentum. Emma, talking to myself there. Good. Take it back. Find it at the top. Okay, stay here. I just had an urge for sea puppy, I think just because I worked my lower body so much. So I'm going to take my knees apart, grab inside the arches of my feet, and then do the same thing. So just rolling back. And coming up. Kristen, if your neighbors can see you do this one, that's going to be a fun chat later. What's she doing? 3 more. 2. Oh, and last one, everyone. All the way over, all the way up. Bring those feet down, soles of the feet together. Lift the spine up as you kind of pull on the ankles, and then keep that length with you as you fold the body over. Just giving yourself a little stretch here. Good. Okay, let's get into this through teaser prep, because why not? Lift those shins back up, find that position, reach the arms out in front of you, and then we're going to come down until you get here. So shoulders are lifted, legs in tabletop, hands are on the shins. Use the shins to get a little higher in the chest, and then we're going to reach the arms and legs in opposite directions. Double leg stretch, reach away, and we circle around. Reach away, circle around. Every time you come back to that shin position, make sure you're nice and tall, lifted. Use the legs to support the upper body. Last one. And then send that left leg out long, single leg stretch, and switch, and switch, and switch. Good. Chest height stays consistent, and you're hitting the same point with that big toe every time you extend the leg. 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Hold it there. Sweep the arms behind your head. Rotate to whichever knee is bent. And switch. And switch. Good. Keep this going. Crisscross. 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. 1. Back to center. Bring the hands back onto the shins. Lift the chest a little higher. Good. Without the chest dropping, you're going to reach the arms up to the sky, holding for 3, for 2, for 1, and then let everything lower down. Hug the knees into the chest. Take a little breather here. And actually, let me check. Yes, okay, so we're going to be doing rollover. If this doesn't sound good for your body today, I want you to just come into our regular pelvic curl and work that nice articulation there. If you're ready for rollover, let's do it. We'll bring one leg to tabletop, followed by the other. Stretch the legs out in front of you. Inhale, bring the heels over the pelvis. Exhale, press the legs all the way up and over till you find a parallel position with the floor. From here, you're going to flex the feet. Separate the legs. Maybe come a little lower. Maybe you can get the toes on the ground. Maybe not for the first time. And then you're going to keep the thighs close to your face as you roll the spine down, bone by bone, with control, with control. Good. And then the tailbone hits. You're going to point the toes and circle them back together. Let's do a few more. Inhale, the feet come over the pelvis. Exhale, push with the arms all the way over. Find that parallel. Flex the feet. Separate the legs. Maybe come a little deeper. Good. And then roll down. Try and stay extended through the back of the knees. If you have tight hamstrings, those knees are going to want to bend. Try and keep them nice and straight. We'll do a couple more. Inhale. Exhale, push up and over. Flex. Separate down. Good. And then stay close to the face. Good. The more you flex the feet as you roll down, the deeper stretch you can find in the back of the legs. Let's everyone do one more. Inhale. Exhale, up and over. Flex. Separate and tap. And then slowly articulate the spine down, stretching the back of the legs and feeling every bone. Make contact with the mat. Finally, the sacrum. You can circle the legs. Good. And bring both feet down. Let's move the spine in a different way. Take a big breath in. In. And then exhale, we're going to tuck and roll the hips all the way up into your bridge. That feels good. Inhale and then exhale. Let that spine come down. Feels nice to do this with a very loose spine. Exhale, let's tuck and roll all the way up, pressing through the heels. Saying hello again to the glutes and then roll. Let's have a little stretch with the arms. Exhale, tuck and roll up and hold it there. Reach the arms back behind you, palms face the ceiling. Lightly press the backs of the hands down in the mat as you roll the hips down, really rotating that pelvis. So the very last thing to come down is that tailbone. Inhale, release the arms forward. Let's do 2 more. Exhale, scoop and roll. Inhale, reach back. Good, do keep those ribs connected as the arms reach back and roll the spine down. And arms come back over. Last one, scoop and roll up. Good, nice straight line, knee to shoulder. Make sure those ribs are closed, pull back. And then keep the arms pressing down as you roll the spine down. Lovely, let's bring the arms out to a T. Right leg comes up to tabletop, left leg comes up to tabletop. And then we're gonna bring both knees over to the right. Good, getting a nice stretch through the left side body. And then exhale, we pull back to center. And then come over to the left. Shoulders stay down on the ground. Exhale, pull back. Inhale over. Exhale, back to center. Good, and over. And back to center. Option to add an extra stretch here, so you can come over, extend that top leg, and pull back with one leg straight. Over the other way. Extend that right leg. Pull back and center. Good. This time, if you want, you can add both legs straight. Pull back to center. If you feel this in your low back, definitely don't do it. Come over. Extend the legs. Pull back and hold it there. Squeeze the legs together. Coming into corkscrew. If you want to advance this, you can bring your hands down by your hips, but I'm feeling the T shape right now. So let's bring the legs round in a circle and center. Take it round in a circle and center. Go round and around. Good. The weight of the legs is controlled by those deep abdominal muscles. Just circling around the sacrum. 2, 1. Hold it there. Grab a hold of the right, maybe thigh, maybe calf, and pull it towards you, and then lift the chest up. We're going to do our hamstring pull, and then I promise I'll be nice. Pull, pull, switch. Pull, pull, switch. Pull, pull, switch. Pull, pull. This actually feels good after all that lower body work we did too. 1, last one, 1, and then let everything relax, come together. Maybe do a few circles around the hips. Give yourself a hug. And then we're going to come over onto our right side. Immediately regretting what I plan to do here, but let's forge ahead. Okay, we're on the right side, but we're going to come up to kneeling. Okay, send that left leg out to the side. Toes point forward, but it doesn't matter because we're not going to stay here for long. We're going to just tilt the body over with control and find the hands to the mat. Once you get there, make sure the shoulder is stacked right above the wrist. You might be feeling a stretch here. You're going to bring the hand behind your head. Good. Oh, and I should also say my hip is right over my knee. So I'm not over here or back here. It's in a nice stacked line. Like, we got it. I'm just trying not to have to do this exercise. You're going to lift this leg up as much as you can. You want to be in a straight line. Flex it forward twice. 2, 2. Pulse, 2, 2. Now imagine you have like a a stool there, and you're not allowed to touch the stool. So really try and keep that leg lifted. The pelvis is staying stable and stacked above that leg. 3, 3, straight leg, Emma, 2, 2, 1, 1. Ah, good, bring that leg down. Without too much force, you're just going to press a little more through that right arm and then bring that left leg into your side plank, so it just slides underneath that top leg. Now, if you've twisted a bit in transition, pull that hip forward so you're not twisted. Arms are up. And we're going to just, if you want, stay here, or if you want, dip the hips down and lift up if this is too much on the wrist. Come down to the elbow. Make sure you have space here in the shoulders, and just be aware of twisting and using the back. You really want to keep this all in the obliques. 2, 1, lift. Bring it all the way down. Bring the legs into a mermaid position. Shake out the wrists. Yeah. Okay, arms out to a T. We're going to reach away. Bring the hand down, spiral the other hand around, maybe coming into a tiny upper back extension here if you want. Bring those arms back to a T. Use that left oblique to lift you up, and then take that glorious stretch over to the other side. And then bring it back. Reaching over. Place it down. Come around. Come back around. Use that exhale, that out breath to pull you back up. And we'll do one more. If you want, on this last one, you can bring the hand down, spiral it around, and then maybe walk the hands out, coming into a deeper stretch and holding it for a couple of breaths. Or you can stay up, whichever feels good in your body. Good, and then you're going to walk the hands up. Come back to your T. Use the out breath to lift all the way back up and take one final stretch. Good. Really stretching through that right shoulder all the way through down to the hip. And relax. Let's spin around. Knee look nice and tall. Tummy's engaged. Right leg comes out to the side, arms out to a T, and then with control, you're just going to tip over. Good. Make sure you're in a nice straight line here, like you're between two panes of glass. Hip is stacked over the knee, and then we're going to reach that leg up and flex it forward twice, and then back twice. Look at you go, Kristen. Still as flexible as ever. Good work. And then forward and back. Oh, I'm sorry. This hand can go behind your head too. Whatever you want to do with that hand. And one more forwards, back, back. No, we have a side plank. Darn it. Bring that leg back out. Find that nice side plank position. Make sure, again, you're not twisting one way or the other. You're in a really nice straight line. And definitely take that option of being on the elbow if you want. We just take some hip dips down and up. Down and up. 4, make sure you don't dump into that shoulder. Keep pressing the mat away from you, whether you're on your hand or your elbow. 2 and 1. And then let everything come down. Bring those legs into your mermaid position. Arms up to a T, reach away. Lightly tap that hand down, spiral around. Despiral. Exhale, lifts you up. Take that stretch to the other side. Back to a T. Reaching away. Comes down. Spiral around. Spiraling back. Exhale, lifts you. And this is our last one. So if you want to take that deeper stretch, go ahead. Bring that hand down. Spiral around. And then walk those hands out until the head comes to the mat, and just take 3 juicy breaths here. And if you can hear my dog snoring, I'm sorry. And then come all the way up. Find that T position. And that out breath is going to let you lift up and take that final stretch over to this side. Good. Just pausing here, making sure both sits, well, the left sits bone is definitely anchored down. And that big stretch through the side body. Good. Relax. We're going to come onto our knees for a little cat stretch. So turn around. Make sure, again, the shoulders are right above the wrists or the hands. And we're in a nice neutral spine to start. Take a big breath in, and then when you exhale, scoop the tailbone underneath you, pull the spine all the way up to the sky, rounding it like an angry Halloween cat. Your gaze comes to your thighs. Make sure you don't hunch the shoulders, keep pressing the mat away. We're going to inhale back into neutral. Think of pulling the heels of the hands towards your knees and using that traction to stretch the upper back forward. Good, and exhale, let's round again, using the abdominals here. Big stretch. And inhale through neutral, clawing the heels of the hands back towards the knee to get a little stretch in the upper back, sending the chest forward. Gorgeous, everybody. Exhale, let's do a couple more, rounding the back. Inhale through center, stretch that chest. Exhale, pressing up and around and really pressing that mat away from you, getting deeper into those abdominals. And inhale through center, stretch that upper back forward. Last one. Exhale around. See if you can get deeper lumbar flexion by really pulling that pelvis forwards. And then we come into neutral. And then option here to get a bit more yoga-y, you can send the tailbone up and stretch forward this way. Only if it feels good in your back. Good. And then come back to neutral. We're going to kind of, like we're kind of wagging our tail, we're going to bump both hips to the right, stretching through the left side body. You can look at your right hip. And then take it the other way, look at your left hip, stretch through the right side body. We'll do one more each side. Out. Back through center and the other way. And back to center. Let's do a little shoulder stretch here. So let's actually bring the knees a little wider and the toes together. Bring the right hand closer to the center of the mat. Reach that left hand up. So big stretch through the left chest. And then send it all the way through into that kind of upper back twist shoulder opener. Yes, I'm just going to hang out here for a second. And if this doesn't feel good, again, just come into a child's pose and enjoy that. One more breath in and out. And then we're going to come all the way up and then do the same thing on the other side. So our left hand is a little closer to center. And then the right hand reaches up to the sky. We look at the fingertips, big stretch, really pressing that mat away from you. And then you come all the way underneath the body, stretching that upper back. Trying to keep those hips kind of more or less aligned over the knees. And holding this for 3, 2, and one more breath in and out. And then we come all the way back to center. Good, bring those knees to center and slowly lower yourself down onto the mat. We're going to bring the hands together, just clasp them almost like in a, clasp them, interlace them. Shoulders are right above our elbows, and I want you to kind of think of pulling the elbows towards you, not so they move, just so that you facilitate a little traction to get a stretch in the upper back. Press the pelvis down, now keep that pulling feeling going, and then you're going to lift both legs up. Squeeze those heels together. If this is too much on your lower back, you can take those legs further apart just a little bit. We're going to pulse one leg up. So we pulse, back to center, left, back to center. The toe is pointed, but if you want to try with a flexed foot, you can. Some Pilates schools do that. But what I want you to find mainly is a feeling of keeping the upper body stable as you do this fancy footwork behind you. Back, 4, and back, 3, 2, 1 more on each side. Good, and then lower slightly down. You can interlace the hands into the small of the back and bring your left cheek onto the mat. Good. Feel again like you're pressing the pelvis down, abdominals are lifted up into the spine, legs are glued together. You're gonna pull in 3, 2, 1. Reach the arms down the back, big stretch of the chest, keep the head in line with the spine. And 2, 3, big stretch and reach. Pull, 2, 3, big stretch and reach. Good. 3, 2, 1, stretch. I'm gonna do 1 more each side. 3, 2, 1, stretch the chest and shoulders. 3, 2, 1, big stretch. And we're gonna hold for 3, for 2, for 1. Bring the hands right in front of you. You can lower the legs. Actually bring those knees nice and wide. You're gonna push up and come back into a wide-legged child's pose. And maybe rock from side to side here, just letting the body settle and relax. The hard work is done. Let's see how we're doing for time. Pretty much right on time. So I think we'll hold it here for a couple more breaths, and then we'll just finish with a couple of roll downs. Okay, let's do 1 more breath in and out. And then you can just tuck the toes underneath you, lift the knees up, and then keep the head down as you send the hips high. Good. Here, I want you to go back just how we started. The knees are nice and buoyant. You're going to take an elbow in each hand and just sway from side to side, letting the body be completely heavy and relaxed here. Make sure you're not holding tension in that neck. And we're going to pause in the center. We're going to let the hands fall like a rag doll to the floor. Big breath in. And then exhale, engage the abdominals. And slowly curl back up. Thinking of the head being the very last thing to come up. Let's go down 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, chin to chest, roll down. Exhale, lifting up. And last one here. Inhale. Exhale, rolling down. Good. And on your out breath, slowly as you can, restack that spine up over the hips. Just be slow, slow, slow. Feel each bone move by itself. Reach the arms out to the sides, the corners of the room. Take a big stretch up. Good. Take the left hand on the right wrist, pull over to the left. Ooh, that was a lot looser. And let's come back to center. Switch the hands, think up and over as you stretch to the other side. And lift back to center. Let the arms come down by your side. Give me a little shimmy shake. And you are done. Thank you, ladies. Good work.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.